Life is like a roller coaster. You never know where you'll be at the next second. See, I just made a change to this famous quote from the movie Forrest Gump. Sometimes we're afraid of what can happen in the future, but one thing is certain and universal is that there will be changes, and we'll have to face it. A famous writer, the author of Who Moved My Cheese, Spencer Johnson, once said, all know that the only constant in the world is change. The way your future goes really depends on how you face those changes. There might be different kinds of changes, but there's an art in dealing with those changes. Let me share my story. Back to when I was in middle school, I used to be in the school's choir. It seemed to be easy to just go along and hum the song with the talented students and remain at the same vocal level for the entire semester. However, I was destined that the comfortable situation won't last too long. Soon after, our teacher announced about a choir competition which only allowed the top 60 students to join. This meant, as a large choir with almost 150 students, this event required us to cut down more than half of our members. There were two possible ways in front of me. I could either stay in my comfort zone and enjoy life, or change my attitude and spend all my free time striving for that opportunity. The challenge and the opportunity seemed to awaken passion in me. Therefore, even though I knew it would be a difficult change, I decided to move to the stretch zone and to choose the second option without regret. The process of change and improvement was as hard as I thought. I didn't realize how much I relied on listening to other students singing. When it came time for me to be tested on my part, I realized that I would lose my part while I sing along because I was so dependent on others. It was very difficult to feel the word of the song and express those feelings through singing. I had to practice my pitch. In order to do so, I decided to play the piano once again in order to practice singing the right notes and keys of the song. I had to memorize the lyrics. This was not as difficult. The only difficult aspect is that our performance was at the same week as our final exam. So I had so much to memorize at that time of my life. I had to present my song with emotions. I found that when I watched a movie that the song originated from, I was able to understand why the character sings the song and what he or she is trying to say. I would never forget practicing 74 times during the eve of the Lunar New Year. In the end, my hard work paid off. I broke through my limit and made that huge change. Attractive challenges are sometimes a motivation to make big changes, which gives us surprises and unbelievable improvements. However, there are probably not that many exciting events occurring in our lives. Thus, we should try to have an open and curious mind and not miss out any possible changes we can make in our lives. All the small changes that we can make can one day turn out to be a miracle. I remember the time when I was in the track team, and the most popular event was a half-mile run. However, I know that the half-mile run was not my cup of tea, and it's almost impossible to stand out among hundreds of runners. In this case, I chose to view track events from another angle. I wanted to try something new that no one has done before. Even if I didn't get any prizes, I still get the unique experience as well as new skills. With that idea in mind, I decided to try hurdles, a brand new sport for me. Unexpectedly, I found myself really enjoy practicing hurdles. Although it was hard at first, I tried one step at a time, and after days of practice, I got the hang of it. A month later, it was shocking to me that I got the fourth place in the city's track meet. I didn't realize that all the small changes that I made one step at a time has transformed my hurdle skill from zero to a higher level. Hurdles became part of my life and it has brought me pleasure and success. Now I consider hurdles as my lifelong hobby. The small changes that I made gave me a long-term and sustainable impact, which is truly a miracle. I've talked about different kinds of changes, both big and small. It does take courage to make a change, and the change can have unbelievable impact on us. However, nowadays, living a fast-paced life, people see changes as if they are making a wise choice, and they compete with each other about the changes they made. According to Spencer Johnson, the author of Who Moved My Cheese, sometimes if you do not change, you can become extinct. Those who do not follow this trend in society seem behind and out of date. But there are some people that can follow their heart. These kind of people choose not to be pressured by the outer society, and they can deal with all the changes. Love, warmth of friendship, human connections, and fulfillments are all unchanging realities that human beings can rely on. These realities also sustain and strengthen us as we live in a world that is forever changing and unpredictable. Change, the unpredictable nature of our world, and permanence, the eternal gifts, are what brings the transformation of this world come to life. This is the beauty and the art of change. Life is like a box of chocolate. You never know what you're going to get next. Thank you.